Hello and welcome to my F123 MyTeam career race. This is just a one-off sharing I'm doing, just because I'm generally not doing a Let's Play career on F123. But I just had to upload this one race because from start to finish it was just pure defense from me. Let me just go into it. So it is Circuit of the Americas in Texas, and it is the main race, although there was a sprint race.
Our margins are looking good right now. I think we've got room for some more investment.
Good to know. So I just wanted to share, before we dive into the race, just how slow my team actually is. So as you can see, I'm at the bottom. However, the car does qualify well. So I do, depending on the track, I can get in the top 6. That's good quality. So just to give you some background of why it was just pure defense from the outset. So let's just back out of this, because I did save the replay. So just back that, do that. Theatre. So grab a cookie or two and a drink and just enjoy this, like race 19 of the 2023 calendar. And so what's happened is, in the sprint race I started 4th, or qualied 4th, but because the sprint race is a quali for the main race, I ended up stealing the sprint. So I started on pole today, and straight up, George Russell is on me. Like, yeah, so enjoy the race. It's a good one. I'll leave the camera fixed on my car. So yeah, enjoy, and thanks for watching. And if you like it, do drop a like. And if you have any comments, or please, if you see any good feedback for me on any of this, feel free to put it in the comments. I do know that I'm not very good through the S's, so please keep that in mind as well. I'm very aware of that, but this long straight is just the bane of the race for me. It's nothing but defense, so watch and enjoy. just going to drop it in to say I was so lucky not to spin the car coming out of a couple turns back. I don't know how I managed to correct it, but I did, and I managed to stay in first. So happy days. I'm very well. I do go wide on that other corner that we just saw. It is because of George Russell and how I was just constantly checking behind and also late braking. And also it was trying to figure out different ways of trying to take that corner really quickly. So it's also a bit of trial and error. Wow, that was a massive corner cut, but okay. Thankfully, I didn't get any penalties in this race, but there is an odd glitch, though, when I go into the pits. Oh my god, how did I get away with that? Wow, okay. I do have penalties turned on in this, because I have had penalties in other races, other drivers have had penalties in other races. So, I don't know how many strikes you get for corner cutting, but I must be running out already on that form. But yeah, no, as I was saying, when I go in the pits, the car just stops dead. I think I hit the wall, but the game kind of said, nope, we'll let you have that. So you'll see anyway. But yeah, I just thought it was a really weird bug, but just thought I'd point it out because I know I've seen it. Just looking back at this race, like being in that cockpit, just going around, was quite tense. But just looking at the field and how tight it is, there's no gap until you get to like Magnussen. But then you got Ricardo down at 3.8. Wow, how has Ricardo dropped nearly 4 seconds behind Joe? But I do know that at some point Stroll DNFs, but there's no safety car. Honestly, that corner, how there hasn't been an accident so far is surprising. Yeah, I will flick the timings on and off throughout this, just to give you an idea of how the race is unfolding. just looking back at this now, and I just see a massive DRS train behind me. The only reason I can think of that they're not catching me is the fact that I kept hammering the ERS straight out of corners, going in just before and during the DRS points. So yeah, that's the only thing that I could do to stop them catching me. And thankfully there's parts of this track where it was actually beneficial not having ERS, so I could build it up a little bit for those later parts. But yeah, I think I was running somewhere around 30% for the entire race on the ERS. I don't think I ever got higher than 40%, to be honest, because I was just using it so much. But I wasn't letting it drop below 10% either, just because I read somewhere that's really bad. But yeah, I mean, I would have commentated this, but my commentating is horrifically bad. So I didn't do it. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are probably all happy about that. But yeah, there are a couple of times when I did almost lose the car, like then, for example, just because it was going so slow that I pulled out quite quickly, hence the fishtailing. I did try to break the toe a few times. Don't have a bad ELS out there. I don't know if I'm taking some of these corners at the right speeds. So, yeah. I did what I could with the limited knowledge I have of this track. At this point, and also a few laps earlier, I just knew I was never going to catch first and second, so I was literally just thinking I need to stay ahead of Verstappen, ahead of Perez, and just hope that those two take each other out, or have some kind of altercation, because that would have been beneficial to me. I also didn't want Alonso to finish ahead of me, because Alonso and Aston are 5th in the Constructors with like 120 points, and after this I am on 80, I think, like 80 Constructors points, of which I'm also on 80 for my driver. So yeah, I'm just trying to consolidate my Constructors 6th position ahead of Alpine, which, looking at the times, I'm doing well. Oh, Gasly is far down. Ocon's 11th. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, I am literally just dropping off from Russell, like 5.5 seconds. But yeah, Verstappen is on me constantly. Like, all I can do is try and defend the inside line as best as I can. And there were a few times through the S's where like Verstappen and Russell were trying to overtake. Like, that was an example just then. I think my quickest lap was like 1:26. Oh, how did I stay ahead of him? How did I stay ahead of him? Wow. Oh, 3 wide. Ah, why did Perez bottle it? Perez could have had the inside. I was so lucky that I did not realise that happened. I knew we were 3 wide, but I didn't give it that much space to barrel through. Oh, I got off lucky there. Oh, Hamilton and Alonso fighting in the background. Oh, Hamilton won. Okay. Good for him. Like naturally on this last lap, I was literally just like, make sure the Verstappen doesn't get past, and just do not go too far over the curbs. Just because I know how hard I ripped these tyres to pieces, and how I ended up in third is an absolute miracle. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how, but I'm chuffed about it. So there it is, and that was my COTA podium. Honestly, you can see how far behind Russell I am at 10.2 seconds, and I was just dropping seconds in those last laps. And as you see, my teammate all the way down in 21st, like 21 seconds behind Gasly. Wow, Gasly's finished 20th? Okay, I mean, that helps me, of course. Surprising. So yeah, that shows the performance of the car, really. and how having a decent setup kind of helped me, I think, which I just googled one, I'm not gonna lie. Like, for all of these racetracks, I've just googled one setup and I just use it. And obviously per track, I don't use the same setup for every track. That's just not gonna work. Yeah, and getting off the line quickly helps, and just doing a good quali session, and just pray for the best. I mean, there are some quality sessions where I'm like, not even getting out of Q1, but thankfully this one, I got out of Q1 into Q3, qualied well for the sprint, won the sprint in the same fashion. I just knew I was never going to win the race, because I knew I had the pit stop to do and contend with. Well, just, yeah, pleased with third place. So, just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please stick a like in. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, I guess, do drop that in the comments. And of course, you know, please let me know if I'm going too slow on some corners and think I could actually brake a bit later and carry a bit more speed. I know my car is not the fastest. It is the worst car, apparently, going by the comparison screen that I showed you at the beginning. So yeah, this is season 1 of the MyTeam, and I somehow won in Miami. I did get lucky with a safety car, which was very fortunate for me, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, all I can say now is thanks for watching and take care.